Hi friends, it's teacher Ulrich here. Welcome back to lesson 19. Today, in day 5, we will finish this lesson with test 19. So make sure that you have test 19 ready to go. This test consists of 26 questions. Let's begin by writing our name here. Write today's date here. Now let's read the instruction. Find a synonym for each bold word. Then fill in the circle next to your answer. What is a synonym? It's a word with the same or similar meaning. You remember, good job. Question 1. How many people perished in the Civil War? So what's a synonym for perished? A. Fought. B. Enlisted. C. Died. D. Starved. How many people perished in the Civil War? It's perished and C. Died. Enlisted means signed up. Number 2. The riots were a prelude to the revolution. What's a synonym for prelude? A. Conclusion. B. Symptom. C. Introduction. D. Disadvantage. The riots were a prelude to the revolution. It's prelude and C. Introduction. It was what came before the revolution. Number 3. The explorers came upon a stupendous waterfall. What's the synonym for stupendous? Is it A. Amazing, B. Concealed, C. Tall, D. Dangerous? The explorers came upon a stupendous waterfall. It's stupendous and A. Amazing, because of its size, right? Concealed, remember, that means hidden. Number 4. I felt a tremor of nervousness as I stepped onto the stage. So what's the synonym for tremor? Is it A. Lack, B. Decrease, C. Increase, D. Shiver? I felt a tremor of nervousness as I stepped onto the stage. It is tremor and D. Shiver. Shiver, shaking. Number 5. The economy is dormant now. So what's the synonym for dormant? Is it A. Prosperous, B. Inactive, C. Expanding, D. Convalescing, Convalescing. The economy is dormant now. It's dormant and B. Inactive. Number 6. Dr. Kim and her students excavated the site. Now, what's the synonym for excavated? A. Dug, B. Removed, C. Studied, D. Concealed. Dr. Kim and her students excavated the site. It's excavated and A. Dug. Dig, dug. Dug is the past participle for dig. Great. Before we answer the next ones, let's read this instruction. Find an antonym for each bold word. Then fill in the circle next to your answer. Number 7. Excelsior Geyser Excelsior Geyser produces 4,000 gallons of scalding water each minute. So what's the antonym for scalding? The opposite. Is it A, hot, B, icy, C, salty, D, dirty? Scalding and B, icy. Number 8. It's likely that Corey will be expelled from school. Now what's the antonym for expelled? A, bored, B, admitted, C, prohibited, D, rewarded. It's expelled and B, admitted. So admitted is when you're signed into a place. Most often we use the word admitted to when you go to hospital. You are admitted to hospital. You are taken into hospital. Number 9, which is up here. Erica is a painstaking carpenter. So what's the antonym for painstaking? Is it A, healthy, B, generous, C, careless, D, careful? Painstaking and C, careless. Those are antonyms. Number 10. Brian writes elegant prose. Brian writes elegant prose. What's prose? A. So what's the antonym of elegant? A, unconvincing. B, sloppy. C, complicated. D, superior. This is a tricky one. Brian writes elegant prose. It's elegant and B, sloppy. That's the antonym. So elegant here means neat and nice. Sloppy is messy. Great. Before we answer the next ones, let's read this instruction. Choose the best way to complete each sentence or answer each question. Then fill in the circle next to your answer. Great. Question 11. He encountered the fumes of A, the garden, B, the boiling water, C, the burning rubber, D, his angry sister. He encountered the fumes of C, the burning rubber. Fumes are like gas or smoke that smell bad. Number 12. To find out the squirrel population of your neighborhood, you should A, find out what draws them there. B, find a means of counting them. Find a means, that means find a way. C, find out what they are eating. D, identify their habits. To find out the squirrel population of your neighborhood, you should B, find a means of counting them. To find a means is to find a way. So you should count them. The population is how many live in that area. Number 13. The bears are dormant now. They will A, attack anyone who comes near. B, ignore you as long as you stay out of their way. B, take a rest after they have stopped eating. D, stay in a sleep-like state until spring. This is a difficult one. I hope you know bears' natural habits. The bears are dormant now. They will D, stay in a sleep-like state until spring, because they hibernate. When they hibernate, they are dormant in a sleep-like state. Inactive, but able to become active. They're not dead, they're just hibernating. Dormant. Number 14. When we pour the molten syrup in the mold, it will A. Cool and harden. So a mold. A mold is how you make something, right? Let me think of a way. Okay, so see this mouse. So molten plastic was poured into a mold, right? So inside the mold it looks like this mouse. So you pour the plastic in and then it waits for it to cool down. Then when the mold opens, there is a mouse inside and you can use the mold again to make a new one and a new one and a new one. Hope I explained correctly. So, number 14. When we pour the molten syrup in the mold, it will A. Cool and harden. B. Soon become liquid. B. Freeze our hands if we touch it. D. Resemble sand. When we pour the molten syrup in the mold, it will A. Cool and harden. Next, number 15. What did scientists do to excavate Pompeii? A. Wrote about its history. B. Uncovered its buried ruins. C. Took a tour. D. Moved there and settled. What did scientists do to excavate Pompeii? B. Uncovered its buried ruins. Number 16. The baby expelled a mouthful of strained peas. In this sentence, expelled means A. Spit out. B. Swallowed. C. Chewed slowly. D. Enjoyed. The baby expelled a mouthful of strained peas. In this sentence, expelled means A. Spit out, but it should actually be spat out, because spat is the past participle for spit. Now I spit. Just then I spat. Number 17. Suffocation is A. Being in a sleep-like state. B. Suffering from pain. C. Dying of a lack of air. D. Being pleased with something. Suffocation is C. Dying for a lack of air. Great. Number 18. The geyser erupted, and a geyser is the big thing in your bathroom that boils the water so that you have hot water when you shower. The geyser erupted and A. A mist floated over it. B. The earth was illuminated. I'll get back to that word. C. A column of streaming water burst up. D. Snow began to fall. The geyser erupted and C. A column of streaming water burst up. Now, illuminated means lit up. If a room is very dark, you can use your flashlight to illuminate it, to light it up, right? That's the meaning of that word. But in any way, the correct answer is C. Number 19. The excavation is the site of the future community pool. That excavation is the site of the future community pool. Excavation means A. A marked off area. B. A platform. C. Place where there are ruins. D. Dug out area. See, dug out area. That excavation is the site of the future community pool. Excavation means D. Dug out area. So the area where there is a hole that has been dug out, that's the excavation. Number 20. Where are you most likely to hear a prelude? A. At a baseball game. B. In a movie theater. C. At a concert. D. In a shopping mall. Remember, a short musical piece played before the main part. Where are you most likely to hear a prelude? That is C. At a concert. So musical performances are concerts. Have you ever been to a concert? I love going to concerts. It's so cool to hear live music. Number 21. Oregon is not as heavily populated as California. This means that, now Oregon and California, those are two different states in America. Oregon is not as heavily populated as California. This means that A. Oregon is not an attractive place to live. B. Fewer people live in Oregon. C. The air is purer in Oregon. Pure. Pure means clean, not tainted. Purer is the plural form of pure, so it's clean. D. Oregon does not have as much wildlife as California. Oregon is not as heavily populated as California. This means that B. Fewer people live in Oregon. Number 22. Brittany, which is a girl's name, Brittany was scolded when she A. heard the insult, B. said those unpleasant things, D. spilled hot tea on her hand. Spilled. D. was late to class. Brittany was scolded when she C. spilled hot tea on her hand. Now friends, the meaning for scolded we learned in this lesson is that it means to burn, but it can also mean to be shouted at. So your teacher can scold you. Why are you late for class? You're always late for class. Not now. Yesterday you were also late. Now I'm going to give you detention. That is scolded, being shouted at. So it can also be that one. But for the meaning we learned in this lesson, it's definitely C. Number 23. Someone is most likely to fume over A. steak for dinner. Steak for dinner. B. a hilarious joke. A hilarious joke. C. a thoughtful question. Why such a thoughtful question? Or D. a mean remark. Hey, don't be mean. Someone is most likely to fume over D. a mean remark. To fume is to be angry. So if you're not sure, maybe try it. Fume over steak for dinner. Steak for dinner. I'm actually happy with steak for dinner, so I wouldn't fume over that. Number 24. To keep the fireflies he had captured from suffocating, Tito, so Tito is a boy's name. So what did Tito do to keep the fireflies he captured from suffocating? A. Gave them plenty of water. B. Punched air holes in their container. So he made holes in the container for air. C. Fed them regularly. D. Put the container in a dark room. to keep the fireflies he had captured from suffocating, Tito B punched air holes in their container. And number 25. The population of a city refers to. Refers mean indicates, talks about, refers to. What does it mean? So the population of a city means, refers to A, the number of people living in it. B, the problems that it has. C, the animals living in it. D, the wealth of its citizens. The population of a city refers to A, the number of people living in it. If it was the population of a jungle refers to, then that would be C. But a city, that would be people. Number 26. The eruption of applause surprised the singer. What does eruption mean in this sentence? So applause, clapping hands. A, steady stream. B, abrupt end. Abrupt means quick. Abrupt end. Okay, bye. Abrupt end. C, sudden burst. D, puny amount. So what does eruption mean? The eruption of applause surprised the singer. What does eruption mean in this sentence? Let's see. C, sudden burst. Woo! Yeah! So everybody was quiet, and then when she was done, woo! An eruption of applause. And there you have it. Friends, make sure that you got all the right answers for these questions. And that's it for today's lesson and for lesson 19. Congratulations! You started and finished this entire lesson. Now you can join me next in lesson 20, but do not forget to practice the words you learned in lesson 19 and the previous lessons. You can always keep practicing. It will never be enough. But join me next for lesson 20. Lesson 20 will be the final lesson of book 5. Wow! Then you can move on to the next book. Look at you. Good job. Friends, and that's it for today's lesson. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you next time. Goodbye for now. Bye, friends.